What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news for you. It's not good. It's concerning Manny Pacquiao. The deals are off. The fight is off due to money issues about a $38 million purse that was supposed to be promised to Pacquiao in the fight or potential fight against Amir Khan. And the only thing I said, man, I recently done a video about this. You can check it out if you want, but I think this real falls on a little bit of Bob Arum, but I can't really put the whole blame on Bob Arum because it's simple. If you really wanted to fight, you just got $4 million for your last fight. You know, fighting Khan shouldn't matter. You know, I mean, if it wasn't $38 million, what if it? You know, it should be some type of negotiation and bargaining. You know, when it comes to this type of fight and making this fight happen, if you claim to make it for the fans, you did a poll on Twitter, you know, to ask who you wanted to fight. Now, because of money bullshit, you don't want to fight. But again, you've taken $4 million to fight Jesse Vargas, and now you want to bellyache over $38 million. It just seems real bizarre to me that this fight would be over due to money. On any side. I know Bob Arum, he's all about money, he's the promoter, you know, and I know the fighters should be taken care of, you know, because they're prize fighters. That's what they do. They fight to get paid, you know, but it should be more than just the pay involved. And it makes me think that, you know, if this fight is due to being stopped over money, it just makes you question the legacy issue, the legacy claims, you know. So I really don't know about it, but the fight is off. When you thought that boxing was getting good, you know, this type of shit happens, but it's boxing. It happens. It's expected to happen. You know, I was really looking forward to the fight. I was watching sparring matches between those two, and, you know, to see how good this fight will be, you know. But yeah, it shouldn't be the money, man, you know. And if Manny Pacquiao is bellyaching over that type of money, again, he's not going in there and fighting Terrence Crawford. And a lot of people are, you know, butthurt about that and still bitter about him not fighting him. But the polls, then the people spoke, and they wanted him to fight Khan, and actually the people got him out of the hot seat for not fighting Terrence Crawford. So, you know, now he's not fighting Khan, and the people wanted him to fight Khan. He's not fighting Khan over money issues. I mean, you're sounding like other fighters, you know, in the sport. So, yeah, you know, he doesn't get a pass like no one else gets a pass. You know what I'm saying? So, but, you know, that fight's off. However, the silver lining of all this could possibly be a matchup between Timothy Bradley and Miguel Cotto. I did a video maybe a couple weeks ago about those two getting into the ring. Cotto doesn't have an opponent. Bradley hasn't fought in a while. They both haven't fought, and damn near over. Well, you know, Bradley's coming up on a year. Miguel Cotto hasn't fought since late 15. So, yeah, I think they need each other. I think that fight, you know, like Bradley already spoke and said, hey, he wants to fight. And one thing about Bradley, he's not going to run from a fight. You know, he doesn't have that diva syndrome. You know what I mean? Maybe because he hasn't fought Mayweather yet, you know, or never fought Mayweather. But, you know, he has heart, and he'll fight anyone. He's the one that stayed. He'll go all the way up to 160 and fight Golovkin. You know, and you know, you got to take your hat off to a guy like that, you know. And I have mad respect for Timothy Bradley, and I would love to see him go in there with Cotto, you know. And honestly, I'd rather see Cotto fight Bradley than Cotto fighting Marquez, because no one knows where Marquez is at in his career. You know, he's just coming off an injury. You don't know if he might go out there and spaz out like, you know, Sergio Martinez did, because, you know, he wasn't the same, and he clearly wasn't the same when he fought Cotto, and it was heartbreaking to see Martinez, you know, get knocked down that many times, because you could see the frustration. It wasn't because he was hurt. It was because he just wasn't able to perform due to his injuries. You know what I mean? It's almost like, dude, I know I can beat this dude's ass, but I don't have the ability right now. You know, and that's why he walked out of the ring, didn't leave a statement and everything, because it was heartbreaking, because he knew, you know, a guy that's, you know, talentedly gifted like Martinez, you know, it's hard for him. It's a hard pill to swallow, bro. So you don't know if Marquez is going to be like that again. You know, he might go in there and have those, you know, leg problems. And, you know, Cotto likes to bounce and pounce, right? So, you know, he would have problems finding Cotto if Cotto chose to box in that point. You know, and then so that'll make twice in a row Cotto fights an older guy in his, out of his prime, coming off an injury. Bullshit. Fight fucking Bradley. Get in there and fight Bradley. That would be the fight to fight. That would be who saves who in boxing. Because those guys haven't fought in a while. Those guys are elite fighters. They fought some of the best out there, pound for pound. Now they need to face each other. That's a fight that should be more than a fantasy fight. That fight should be made. So that could possibly be the silver lining if Pacquiao, because Pacquiao didn't want to fight Khan, you know what I mean? But we just got to wait and see. But back to Pacquiao, more than likely, Bob Arum is going to push that bullshit Jeff Horn fight in everyone's face. Guess what? No one's going to buy that shit. The sales are going to go low, and he's going to look like he's not a marketable attraction. And that's what's going to happen. Guys like Bob Arum is only thinking about money. I don't know what the fuck he needs it for. He's 80-something years old. You know what I mean? He doesn't need money. But that's where greed gets you. He think he's doing good business by fighting some Australian that no one ever heard of. No one ever heard of this guy. So why would you fight someone like that? So he's just hindering the sport of boxing. He needs to retire. Everyone always talks about how boxers need to retire. Well, promoters need to retire. You don't really hear a lot about Don King. He does small shit. Bob Arum should be the same. He always wants to be the creme de la creme or the elite promoter. He needs to step down because of making bullshit decisions like that with a legend's career. But that's my little talks about it, man, and you guys tell me what you think, But anyway, this is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and you all have been counterpunched. Please subscribe. Peace.